You know you want to start a business. What you may not know is how to make it a reality. GoDaddy Arrow's got you. It uses AI to help you find the domain name that's right for you. Next, answer a few prompts, and with a couple clicks, Arrow will design a professional-looking website or storefront in minutes. Arrow can even help you stay engaged with your customers. Just attach a professional email that matches your domain. With GoDaddy Arrow, you can build a business without having to know a thing about this stuff. Just visit GoDaddy.com to get started. That's GoDaddy.com. Premium features require paid subscription. See terms on site.
Monster Energy. Everybody knows White Monster Zero Ultra. That's the OG. It kicked off this whole zero sugar energy drink thing. But Ultra is a whole lineup now. You've got Strawberry Dreams, Blue Hawaiian, Sunrise, and Vice Guava. And they all bring the Monster Energy punch. So if you've been living in the white can, branch out. Ultra's got a flavor for every vibe. And every single one is zero sugar. Tap the banner to learn more.
This is Optimal Living Daily. What is the value of an hour? And I Would Rather Sound Stupid, both by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. And I'm your narrator, Justin Malik, reading you blogs every single day of the year, sometimes 2 articles in one episode. That's the case today. So without further ado, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. What is the value of an hour? By Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. It was almost midnight on an idle Tuesday, and the hospital hallways were unusually calm. I had just finished reading an old issue of Sports Illustrated from cover to cover. Waiting sucks, I thought to myself. Why didn't I bring a book? As I sat quietly with my eyes closed, I could vaguely hear the soft mumbles of a verbal plea going on in the hospital room beside me. You've kept him waiting long enough. My grandson is here. Oh, please, let him in. More mumbling. Please, please, nurse, bring him to me. A moment later, the nurse stormed out of the room and looked startled to see me waiting in the hall. Oh, you're here, he yelped. I'm sorry, I'm a hospice nurse and I've only been watching over your grandmother for the last 24 hours. She insisted that you were coming to visit her last night too, so she had me scouring the hospital halls looking for you to no avail. When she told me you were coming again this evening, I assumed her dementia was getting the best of her. Well, he interrupted me, but I'm really glad you're here. I think she's been holding on just so she could say goodbye to you. It's actually miraculous that she's still able to speak because her body is rapidly shutting down on her. The doctor gave her 24 hours to live about 24 hours ago. Geez, he interrupted again. Sir, once more, I'm truly sorry. I had no idea you were out here waiting. Please follow me. I stood up and the nurse guided me into the room. Your grandson is here, he announced from the doorway. The old woman's eyes lit up. Oh, grace, oh, joy. She looked right at me and smiled with all the might she had left in her weak body. I knew you'd come. I sat down at her bedside and placed my hand over hers, interlocking our fingers and squeezing ever so slightly in an attempt to show affection. She squeezed back and tried to speak again, but she was too exhausted. Instead, she stared directly into my eyes and held her smile for several minutes as we continued to hold hands. Finally, she closed her eyes and rested. For nearly an hour, I didn't move. I sat there in silence as she maintained a soft grip on my hand. Then, slowly, her grip loosened and her breathing slowed. For a moment, I thought she was falling into a deeper sleep, but then her breathing stopped altogether. I let go of her lifeless hand and used the emergency call button to summon the nurse. The nurse hustled in, covered the body with a white sheet, recorded a few notes on his clipboard, and then began to offer his condolences. I'm really sorry for your loss, he said. Have you made any funeral arrangements? I don't even know her name, I replied. What do you mean? He asked. She's your grandmother. No, she's not, I assured him. Prior to stepping foot in this room, I had never met her before in my life. I'm here at the hospital waiting for my roommate, who needs a few stitches on his chin. He looked confused. I don't understand. If you don't know her, then why didn't you say so? And why did you sit beside her for the last hour? I smiled. Well, I knew immediately that she wasn't my grandmother. But when you informed me of her life expectancy, I also knew that her real grandson wasn't going to make it in time. So curiosity got the best of me and I followed you into the room. Then when she saw me and smiled, I realized her vision was so bad that she actually thought I was her grandson. And knowing how desperate she was to see him, I decided to play the part and spend the hour with her. We determine the value of every hour. Our lives are measured by the value we provide to others. This value arises from the things we spend our time doing. And since time is quantified in hours, the value of our lives is equivalent to the sum of every hour we spend. Opportunities to provide value are everywhere. Some of them are anticipated, while others blindside us at midnight on an idle Tuesday. Whether or not we choose to acknowledge these opportunities is up to us. I Would Rather Sound Stupid by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com. Magic happens. I've always believed in the beauty of a great journey, discovering new places, seeking life experiences, fostering relationships, and pursuing my dreams. In fact, it's all I've ever really wanted to do. I just want to believe in something that's worth believing in and then pursue it with every facet of my being. Such journeys I've found are best when we share them with others who, like me, are crazy enough to assume that our wildest dreams are just a brief distance away from reality. These are the folks who realize that impossible is simply a mindset, something we get when we haven't trained our minds and our hearts to see past the systems that currently exist to ones that don't yet exist. Because when our minds and our hearts and our hands work together, magic happens. Fear. And only one thing has ever prevented me from making this magic happen more often. Fear. Being afraid of what others might think. Afraid of the repercussions of putting my crazy ideas out there for the world to see and judge. Afraid to let go of my comfort zone and just go for it. Because what if I fail? What if? What if? Now, in most situations, fear no longer stands in my way. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It most certainly does. I've just learned to curb my fears and adapt to change a bit more proficiently than I used to. But I still feel the nerves of fear sneak up on me. And the more important something or someone is to me, the more nervous I get, the more I stumble over my words, and the more I sound like an incoherent fool. A few years ago, when I began talking to my friends and family about my goal to write and start the blog that would eventually become Marc and Angel Hack Life, I mostly got half smiles, nods, and quizzical facial reactions. And when I tried to say anything meaningful to Angel when we first met back in September of 2000, she would often laugh at me because she literally found herself trying to decode my jumbled, shaky sentences. Clarity. One of the most remarkable things about our lives is that clarity and progression occur with enduring love, passion, and patience. This blog is now an easy topic for me to talk about, and now it's even easy for others to talk about, including my friends and family. And although it may take her a second or two, Angel now gets the gist of my jumbled, shaky sentences almost immediately. And that makes me smile, because I want to continue to evolve and grow with the people and dreams that inspire me. After all, I only have one shot, like we all do, to make this life meaningful. And I know for sure, after coping with my fears on numerous journeys, that I would rather sound stupid than be stupid and take no action at all. You just listened to the posts titled, "What is the Value of an Hour?" and "I Would Rather Sound Stupid," both by Marc Chernoff of marcandangel.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. We all know the struggle of the holiday gift hunt. You want something personal, but also want to avoid buying clutter. That's why I recommend Aura Frames. It makes holiday shopping incredibly easy because it's meaningful and looks beautiful in any home. My favorite feature is that you can preload photos before it even ships. I set one up where I added a welcome message and a whole album of memories. It connects to Wi-Fi, and you can share photos and videos effortlessly straight from your phone, keeping everyone connected all year long. Don't wait. Win the holidays now with Aura Frames. For a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code OLD at checkout. That's AURA frames.com, promo code OLD. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. It's time for Cyber Monday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. That's right, you'll find the lowest prices of the year on select Dell PCs like the Dell 16 Plus with Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced AI features, it's the PC that helps you do more faster. From smarter multitasking to extended battery life, these PCs get the busy work done so you can focus on what matters most to you. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits like free shipping, expert support, price match guarantee, and flexible financing options. They also have the biggest deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC, improving the way you work, play, and connect. Whether you just started holiday shopping or you're finishing up, these PCs and accessories make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals and don't miss out on the best prices of the year. That's Dell.com/deals. Thank you to Mark. The first one was a touching story that if I were in the same situation, I'm not sure I'd be able to do, comforting a stranger. Although saying that out loud, I'm not sure why. Discomfort maybe, or fear. And that kind of leads into the next article, I think. If we can overcome our fear, or I guess awkwardness if we're still using that first story as an example, well then we'll likely be in a better place for many different reasons. And a better place not just for ourselves, but for someone else or possibly lots of people. We tend to default to the easy and comfortable. That's probably what most of us do most of the time. But every hour we have an opportunity to do something bigger and better if we can get past that fear and discomfort. I know we've talked about this on the show before, but it is really important and I could always use the reminder. So thank you to Mark for these ones today, and thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.